Hello, folks. Ryan here with Natural Aquariums, and welcome to my first live stream. Appreciate you stopping by, and yeah, I figured we'd just kind of see where this goes. Thought about doing a live stream for quite a while. I've been making some videos for the last couple of years, and some breaks here and there, and sometimes getting stuff out every week. But yeah, super excited to try this out and hang out with you awesome folks. I see a lot of awesome folks in here already. Dragon Lair, Monster Fish Gal, Lori, Kevin, Zen, Stephen P, S. Yeah, so, oh, there's my son. More Natural Aquariums. Awesome. Yeah, that's Trenton there. He really wanted to be on the stream here, and so we'll have to do another stream when he can be a part of things for sure. Yeah, that should be fun. Muppet929, welcome. All right, so yeah, just kind of figured I'd give the live stream a shot and see how this goes. And yeah, been keeping fish for probably close to 40 years now. I think the first aquarium I ever had was when I was about 8 years old, as far as I can remember. And yeah, we're pushing 40 years after that. Not quite. Throughout that time, a lot of times I had one or two fish tanks, 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 fish tanks. And then, kind of plants came into the picture a little more. I always kept some little banana plants or maybe an anubias or, algae. Algae's a plant, right? So, yeah, the plants got into the mix here and things kind of took off from there a bit. So, yeah, I have 13 aquariums going right now. So usually kind of hang in between the 10 and 15 aquariums for myself. That's kind of a balance sometimes of where, I feel comfortable maintaining all these things and trying to make them look pretty. Speaking of looking pretty, looks like the Ultimate Angels are joining us, I should say. Yeah. Yeah, sounds like my dog wants to join me as well. She's out there making noises. So yeah, let's dig in the chat a little bit. Oh yeah, I don't think I said anything about Dragon Lair being here. Talk about somebody who's kept fish for a long time. Oh, Bateson, Muppet929. I think I said that. I'm used to this stuff, but yeah, we'll get through it. So had kind of a fish day today. Let's see. I got a plant right here. This is Rotala Walichi, I believe is how you pronounce that. Rotala Walichi. Should know that. I've watched enough redfish, bluefish. Got this little fry food here. Yeah, some fry food by Sarah, and this stuff is like dust. So hopefully the fish like it. It looks to be pretty vegetable based. I look at the ingredients. I think the number one ingredient was parsley. Then I saw paprika in there. Paprika gets put in a lot of foods. Can give some colors, I believe, and stuff. So yeah, tell me if anyone's tried this stuff before. Throw it down in the chat. Oh, the Weavers are here. Right on. At work, so I'm just stopped in quick. I'll check back later. That's cool. But yeah, I did take some of that food and tried to give it to my Goodeids because they are pretty much just vegetarian fish, and so tried that out with them. And like I said, it's just dust, so getting it in there and not pouring in the whole bottle. Might have to change the packaging a little bit, especially because that particular tank, you got to kind of reach around the back of it and throw stuff in there. Got to watch what I say on these live streams. Fish dust. Oh, that's my son. Yeah. Don't spill that fish dust. If you see this bottle, Trenton, maybe just not mess with it. Yeah, I don't know. unless you're going to feed some fish. Then be careful, of course. So yeah, got that. This plant here. So gonna try to just kind of let it hang out there with the little plant weight on it right now, and hopefully grow some roots when I'm ready to got a nice clean spot to put it, get it planted. So speaking of plants, I should say that that I'm a part of the Greater Portland Aquarium Society, and there they have the awards programs, the BAP, which is the Breeders' Award Program, the Invertebrate Brit Awards Program, IAP, and then also the Horticulture Awards Program. Easy for me to say. Let's see, I think I saw, 503, Shanna, welcome. And so, yeah, my goal right now is to kind of become a grandmaster horticulturist with aquarium plants. And so to do that in our club, you just have to propagate 100 species of plants. And so that's what I'm kind of working on now. So each time I see a new plant that I haven't worked with before, I'm excited to grab it and try it out. And yeah, I'd imagine this has got some real fine leaves to it, so it's probably all converted. I don't know. We'll see. It gets into my water. It may want to convert again, even if it has. And so, yeah, that's just, the transition between the immersed growth or the submerged growth. So that's a lot of times what you have to deal with these plants and whatnot. Oh, Ian's in here. Right on. Ian from Atkins Nature Aquarium. Hey, Ryan, sorry I'm late. Heading to work. I'll be listening for a little bit while I can. Awesome, Ian. Have a great shift. For those of you who don't know, Ian works at a fish store. I've been there several times. It's quite a ways from me. I live in Vancouver, Washington, which is just north across the river, the Columbia River from Portland, Oregon. And the fish store that Ian works in is just kind of southeast of Portland. But it's a cool fish store. They got a big freshwater section, and then really a nice saltwater section with just some. I mean, it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've been there, but they've got some amazing corals, and it's really cool to look at that. So yeah, even on that saltwater side, I get more towards, I don't know, I guess those aren't plants, those are animals. I don't know much about it. You'll have to ask Shanna there. So she gets into the saltwater. She's also a local person around here. Bateson, also local to the Northwest. So awesome to see some Northwest people in here, or some people around the Portland area. I was talking about the Greater Portland Aquarium Society. I am on the board there. Been a member for a couple of years. Not a whole long time, but something that I wish I'd gotten involved in years ago, but finally did, and jumped in and got involved with the board. And so I am the secretary right now. And so, yeah, I'll type up, notes and stuff like that, and some little odds and ends here. And then I'm also in charge of memberships. And right now we're doing a membership for this year. With the pandemic and whatnot, we decided to just lower the membership prices to $5. So it's normally $20 for a membership. $5 gets you a membership for Greater Portland Aquarium Society up until like April, I think, or so. And then hopefully we're back in full force, and we'll be back to the normal prices and whatnot. So just check out the chat a little more here. People saying hi, everybody giving love. Bunch of awesome people here. This is so cool. Thank you so much for showing up. I wanted to say that, I'm going here after Dan here at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, Dan's Fish, which, I didn't know about Dan's Fish till recently, and Kenny E, with Daniken Aquatics, told me about that, about him. And yeah, it's just the few times I've listened to it last, I don't know, month or so, I've been trying to tune in there, and some really fantastic information on there. It looks like he gives away fish, or several fish, like every week or almost every week. So that was really cool. Tonight's was the Odessa barb. And which was a Greg Sage line. And so I put a comment in the chat there that Greg Sage has just this wonderful website. It's just interesting for me to go look at that and read it. But all these different fish that he breeds, he's got real detailed information about those fishes. So yeah, Odessa barbs are very cool. I've never kept them. I did get one other thing when I went to the wet spot today, other than the plant and the food. Actually, two other things. I got some more food. I got some jumbo bloodworms. Have been out of bloodworms for a while, and want to spoil these fishes. And my clown loaches, and almost all of them would eat those probably. Maybe not the Goodiots, but. So yeah, so I got the bloodworms, and then I also got 6 Amano shrimp. So just looking for a little help with both this tank here, and then I've got a new tank that I really haven't featured on my channel here. I think I've showed it off on a couple of live streams, but yeah, I call it the plant farm. And so that's just kind of an area where I can work with and propagate those plants and work towards my goal. Stephen P. 2003, Ryan, do the million ridiculous common names for boos count as separate species? I don't think so, and I wish they did, because I think there's some variants, and I don't know, that's a confusing area. And so each time you propagate something, you have to put down the scientific name. And so if you can differentiate them as different scientific names, yes. But yeah, just just common names of putting down different plants. Yeah, I'd be there probably in no time, But yeah, unfortunately, have to be actual different species. Stephen P. Speaking of boos, I have some boos in this tank here, and I was watching Secret History Living Inside Your Aquarium last night, and Alex was saying that boos is a plant that can be put in some fish that are known to kind of destroy plants and whatnot. And it makes a lot of sense, because Bucephalandra is very similar to like a Nubius. It grows the same. It has kind of the same firm, waxy leaves, well, different leaves structurally, or the looks of them, but that same kind of texture to them. So that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, thinking about taking one of these boos out of here, which I kind of hate to do that. I did bring in one of those. That's one of my propagations. So I have one boos down, and so until I can prove that another boos is a different species, yeah, no more of those. But yeah, there's some different booses out there for sure, even if they're undescribed. But yeah, I wanted to take one of these plants and maybe put it down with my clown loaches downstairs. For those that don't know, these aquariums of mine are just kind of throughout the house. I don't have a fish room. This room is probably about as close as I get to that. I have 3 aquariums in this room here. But yeah, just, I don't know, curious what you guys might think about clown loaches and the Bucephalandra. So I don't know, probably just have to try it and see what happens. Okay. 503 Aquatics. I got my shrimp from Ian. Awesome, Shanna. Yeah, I got my shrimp. I bought some originally just off of a guy on Craigslist, and they kind of didn't like take off and go anywhere with them. hanging out, but not really breeding and exploding like they should. And in my case, I'm talking about Neocardinia cherry shrimp. And so then I was at the Aquarium Society and met up with Chris, who is his channel is Multi-Tank Addiction, and he had brought some shrimp for another gentleman, and that guy wasn't able to make it that week, and he handed me that bag and gave me that bag, and yeah, it was several years ago, and I've had shrimp ever since. So yeah, that's awesome. I love shrimp. Go great with plants. Just kind of help tend to them. That's why I got the Amano shrimp today, and really cool to watch and look at. My wife's a little creeped out about Amano shrimp. She had a traumatic experience where she watched one of these angels eat one that was probably at least 3, maybe 4 inches. So she wasn't thrilled about the Amano shrimp, but to me, I throw them in there and then I never see them for like 6 months. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, they're huge, so we'll see what happens this time. So, whoa. People talking. Aquashella Dallas. Yeah, those Aquashellas are coming up. Speaking of events, there's like a Dallas and a Chicago one and stuff like that. That is another thing that I was going to bring up here. As many of you probably know, the Greater Portland Aquarium Society is putting on an event. There's a lot of people that have been working on this, but definitely one person that's put in a lot of work has been Ken with Daniken Aquatics, and he's got some amazing people to be a part of this. We're planning on making this just an every year sort of thing. Next year, we're probably going to plan on 2 days because the way this is built up and blowing up, it could be already, but baby steps here. We're going to do one event. It's going to be at the Embassy Suites in Portland on October 10th. So you happen to be in the area or able to make it, then that would be awesome. But yeah, I have a poster here. And this, full disclosure, this is not my poster. This belongs to the Greater Portland Aquarium Society, but Ken and Danny had these made up. And they're beautiful posters. This artwork is it's done by Erica Booth, who I believe is the president of the Willamette Valley Aquarium Society. So just this awesome artwork with Altum Angels. Greater Portland Aquarium Society, Fishtoberfest, Sunday, October 10th, Embassy Suites. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Portland, Oregon. And so then this is what part of what I think is really cool about it is these amazing guest speakers. Jason with Redfish, Bluefish, Alexander Williamson with The Secret History Living Inside Your Aquarium, Dan's Fish, LRB, my boy Lucas Brett's going to be in their house there. And then one gentleman that a lot of you may not know about, Lawrence Kent. And if you get an opportunity, look up Lawrence Kent, Google him, Lawrence Kent Fish. And just a guy that's done collecting like all over the world. And just a very special guest there. So happy to have him on there as well. Then they got all these sponsors as well. I talked about the Wet Spot, which is my local fish store, but another local fish store here is Kay's Pets, or what I call Kay's Aquarium. But I think they got a little something extra there. Some Jason's Redfish, Bluefish. So if you haven't been on there, redfishbluefish.shop, I believe. Jason's an awesome guy. Dan's Fish, which we talked about earlier. Pisces Aquaria, which is it's a little south of Portland, but this really cool aquascaping shop that I have yet to be to. But maybe this Sunday I'll stop by there. And then aquatic arts. So yeah, that is super awesome. Glad to be a part of that. And yeah, Fishtoberfest coming soon. See, oh, Zen, I'm just getting the Zen's thing. Zen, I hope you can tell I am definitely stoked for Fishtoberfest. The club selling tables for $30, and or what I like to say is $30 or $35 with a membership. So I got a table, and I'm gonna split it with another gentleman in the club. So he can bring some, different things that I am, or I don't know, maybe we'll bring the same stuff, but, probably pretty much going to be plant focused on my end, maybe some equipment or other goodies there. But yeah, that's awesome. Definitely stoked about Fishtoberfest. We're almost to the 8 o'clock hour, and Pacific time at least for you East Coast people, 11 p.m. And I wanted to just mention that, I think Punchy Paints, Pam, she does like an art show on Wednesday nights. I've stopped in there many a time. So, yeah, certainly I'm so happy to have people here, but feel free to cruise over there and see Pam if you'd like, or continue to hang out with me. Obviously that's up to you. Forgive me. This is my first time. Let's see. Who's this natural guy? Yeah, it's me. I'm Ryan. Hello, Patty. So Stephen P, 2003. Yeah, booze is tough. I've also heard it's super bitter. Never tasted it. Yeah, when I do some research on some of these plants, I find that some of them, like this plant, for instance, I think I just kind of a stem laying here. Oh, it's got something else on it. Oh, yeah. But this plant is Limnophilia aromatica. And yeah, it's like the rice paddy herb. It's known to be used in some Vietnamese cuisine. In fact, I think you can find that plant immersed grown at some like Asian grocery store type places. Yeah, Kevin's in here, and I gotta give a special thanks to him. He kind of helped me be comfortable with doing this, and a few people had kind of encouraged me to do so. Next time I may get into other cameras or StreamYard and stuff like that. But thank you so much to Kevin for his help. Just a very nice, cool kid. He's got a channel that does live streams late at night, and a lot of the people here enjoy that, I know. Kevin's Canines and Aquatics says, where is it that you met Chris again? And does he live that close to you guys? So yeah, Chris from Multi-Tank Addiction, he lives in the same town or city as I do. But he kind of lives on the opposite end of it. And I believe, I met him at the Greater Portland Aquarium Society. He used to be a member there. That's where we originally met. And then, sometimes I've been at the wet spot and ran into him. I think he goes to that K's Aquatics now these days a lot of times. Actually he had me on his stream just a few weeks ago. Shanna, who's in here, was on it, I think, last week. And that was good. That was that was a good stream. That was a good time. So yeah, Chris does this little kind of quiz and stuff like that. And so yeah, it's always fun. But yeah, that's where I met him, and yeah, I've just kind of known him ever since. Says mine were kind of mean, but they're chill now. Not sure what he was talking about, but chill sounds better than mean. 503, he lives 20 minutes away from me. I met him on the fish tube. Awesome. Yep. Kevin, Natural Aquariums. Next year, I'll be baking in Palm Desert. Oh, so he's probably talking about Fishtoberfest. So this year is going to be baking in Palm Desert. My mother is obsessed with tennis. So sad, but it would have been so easy and cheap to go. Next year, definitely. Kevin, yeah, hope to see you here next year. And yeah, this is going to be a regular thing, you know, as far as what we're planning and everything. Just blown up this time. Hopefully things go relatively smooth. You know, there's always challenges. But yeah, I'm sure we'll be back next year. And in fact, we're kind of already planning for that a little bit. And we need to be. So, yep, hope to see you there next year. But enjoy Palm Desert. Hey, tennis is good. You know, get some exercise and whatnot. And so, yeah, good for your mother. That's cool. Jeffrey Watts in the house. He says, yo, 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 yo. Jeffrey. Steven, I'm stuck between cool aquatic events. All of them happen 9+ years or hours away in either direction. Yeah. That's kind of why we made Fishtoberfest. Because yeah, that was the case that things were already always so far away. You know, they're in New Jersey or Chicago or Orlando or Dallas, and you know, none of those things are close to none of those things are close to, or cities are close to Portland. We were going to have the ACA in Sacramento last year, but you know, you guys know what happened there. Yeah, we wanted to have something in the area here. You know, obviously we got some people just as far as the speakers coming down from the Seattle area with Jason and Alex and whatnot. So yeah, hoping to grab some more people from the Portland area for sure. Because, you know, part of this is to get people more involved and, you know, hopefully bring this hobby to the youth more and let people know about the Greater Portland Aquarium Society and, you know, just fish clubs in general, you know, as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, wish I had been involved a long time ago, but so happy that I am now. You know, I mean, Ultimate Angels, so, you know, I wouldn't have them if it wasn't for that. Or I might still have them, but I would have paid a lot more. That's for sure. That's for sure. So yeah, wish we were closer, Steven, so you could be here as well. But yeah. Oh, George with Aqua Balls is in the house. I got a little Aqua Ball sticker right here. Won some killifish from George, and he sent me a couple of stickers. So yeah. Awesome to have you, George. Oh, Dragon Lair says Lawrence is in Hawaii collecting right now. Week before he was in Tennessee and Arkansas. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, we're going to try to take him collecting while he's here, and I hope to be a part of that. And I think that's probably the plan. Zan with the Redfish Bluefish website. Beautiful. Awesome. Yeah. Mods, feel free to, you know, link anything fish related or topic related or whatever. You know, the people I've made mods, you know, I know the amazing job that they do. So yeah, just do your thing. You know what to do. And just a reminder, this is a volunteer position with zero pay, so you don't have to do anything. Oh, she can tell I'm excited. Nice. 503 Aquatic says, Ryan, mark me down for one of everything. All right, Shanna. Zen Ginger with Pam's stream. Perfect. Yeah, like I said, go check out, see what they're drawing, Bob Kaler's on there. Bob's probably a guy that knows more about fish than I do. I'm a little more plant focused, but I love having fish with the plants, like the plants are for the fish, and yeah, they go together. Then like I think Dee Dee comes up there, or maybe Chattanooga Ed. He's everywhere, So yeah, go see what they're doing if you like. Aquaballs, George says, I hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing good, George. I hope you're doing good. And I hope everyone's doing good too. Stephen P. 2003, Limnophilia aromatica is like CO2 required plant, right? Yes. And in my opinion. So I've been told that Limnophilia aromatica can survive when there's enough minerals in the water. And, I don't have super hard water here by any means, but, got a fair amount of minerals. And I've tried to move it over to some tanks that don't have CO2. And unless you're just floating it on the top, it's going to just melt for sure. In fact, that killifish tank with George's killies, I probably need to go do a water change on there, because I originally had put that plant in there, and I've since replaced them. I pulled, when they started melting back, I pulled them out, but it can use a little attention. Just kind of reminded me because that is, in fact, Trenton and I did a setup video on that, and we planted that in there, and that's where we tried it, and it didn't work. And it's only a 10-gallon tank, and it's got a pretty decent light on it. It's going through like 2 glass pieces, because I got that thing really sealed up so the killifish don't hop out. Even with all that light, it melted away, and kind of slowly from the bottom. In my experience, it does require CO2, which is unfortunate, because otherwise I think it would be my favorite plant. And so, maybe it's my favorite CO2 plant. Let's see. Mm-hmm. So it looks like people are trying to find a channel, or maybe this channel. I don't know. If you're here, I think you'd find this. There's something maybe I was also going to bring up. Hang on just a moment. Yes? Thought I had a visitor. Stephen, I've learned a few keyword search tricks over the years. Oh, yeah, just to, how to search things and whatnot. Yeah, I try to get that all dialed in too. You can always use DuckDuckGo. I don't use that, but maybe I should. Oh, there's Regis. Regis is a part of the Greater Portland Aquarium Society. Another person that, one of the many people that are helping get Fishtoberfest going. Been a wonderful thing to have Regis as a part of the Aquarium Society. Get to know him a little bit. Seems to be, cruising on his way to becoming an amazing fish breeder, if he's not one already. Kevin says, wait, what was in Sacramento? I live 2 hours away. Dang it. Yeah. So Kevin, the ACA was supposed to be in Sacramento. The American Cichlid Association was supposed to be in Sacramento last year. As you may know, it was in St. Louis this year. And now they're doing like a big kind of bash where they mix up all the other things. I don't remember where that's going to be. I think Lexington, Kentucky is what I want to say. But so that's next year. And they're actually, I think, talking about having the ACA back in Sacramento the year after that. So that'd be 2023. And if you know the right people, that may have been decided. The Sacramento Aquarium Society, as Kevin knows, they put their meetings right here on YouTube. So for those that are interested in that, go subscribe over there. Go watch some of their past videos. In fact, this past meeting in Portland, we had Pam Chin from that club come and speak to us. And she spoke about the fishes from Lake Tanganyika. And so they went and just observed fishes at several different collecting points. They weren't collecting, but just observing the fishes there. And so she had all this like amazing video, and it's just really cool to see like the background. There wasn't any plants. I mean, that lake, if you see back, behind the lake, is just like a sheer cliff up. It just goes real deep, real quick, as far as I can tell from her videos. And so it's just a lot of rocks. And so some areas you have smaller rocks, some areas just huge rocks. And that was really cool. And she also showed a part of her fish room. And I think she's got a video or two that feature her on that channel. I haven't watched those because I didn't want to be, spoiled and whatnot. So, Regis was there, and Ian and Bateson. So yeah, they all got to see. And plus, after the talks at the meetings, then we get a chance to go through the auction, and that's when they auction off those HAP and BAP items. So that's really fun to be a part of, and nice opportunity to get some cool stuff. So yeah, Kevin, 2 more years and it may be back, but I don't know that yet. They were supposed to get final word recently, I think. Yeah, so yeah, it was canceled because of COVID for sure. Aquaball says, doing some new fish room stuff, like I have saltwater fish tank in my garage. Yeah, I saw that he was getting into salt. That's something I haven't done much at all. I've had one salt tank, and really I don't, it's cool for other people. I think that's awesome that George is doing it. He's a super knowledgeable guy, and I'm sure he'll just end up learning more through that process. And then I think I mentioned before, I think Shanna 503 does some salt water too. But yeah, I don't know. I dig these plants. These plants don't care for salt too much. Dragon Lair says, Lawrence went collecting with Alex in Washington a few weeks ago. Okay, sweet. Yeah, that sounds like them. In fact, I think Alex had borrowed his net for a while that he was using. Lawrence Kent's net. That could have been somebody else, but I don't think so. I think it was him. George says he's taking a break from YouTube to focus on the fish room, but I will be back soon. Awesome, George. Yeah, we'll miss you, and I'll try to hold down the fort with all these other fine people in the meantime. Focus on your fish room, and yeah, knowing you'll make some amazing fishes and shrimps and stuff like that. And maybe some other people have the opportunity that I have, is to have some fish from George, which is very cool. And yeah, there's always these balances, that's, like I said, that's where I have this, between 10 and 15 fish tanks, and then, so much YouTube, and I have a full-time job and a wife and a son that, need some attention as well from time to time. So yeah, I totally get it. Kevin wants a raise. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know if I can afford that. Actually, I could probably multiply your pay by like at least 10, but you'll have to do the math on that. 0 times, I don't know. All right, George was out of here later, George. Yeah, Zen's giving him a 20% raise, so 10 times plus 20% of whatever that is. So it's gonna be loaded in no time. Oh man, Union. Now things are getting scary. Although you gotta make sure you're taken care of, right? Let's see who your representative is. Dragon Lair says Louisville, Ryan. Okay, yeah. ACA, AIA, Rainbow Group, and another. Yeah. Mm-hmm. ALA, American Live Bearers. Yeah. That. I think tickets go on sale November 1st. So you may want to mark your calendars if you're into that sort of thing and you have the means to get there. Yeah. Jeffrey Watts. So my newest plant fetish are hygrophila plants. Or I've heard that like hygrophilia or something like that is I like to say hygrophila. And one tank, something is loving to eat my hygrophila corymbosa. Uh-oh. Yeah, so it's probably time to move that hygrophila. See if it doesn't get eaten somewhere else. I don't know if you have another place for it, or, I guess if you know what's eating it, you can move the livestock, the fish or shrimp or snails or whatever. Speaking of snails, that was another thing that I learned from Alex at Secret History recently. And it's kind of weird because, I've always been pro snail, and I still am. I still am. And then people claim that, the snails are eating my plants. And I'm always like, no, the snails are eating like dying plant matter, stuff that isn't thriving. That's the stuff they're eating. But then, Alex made a point and he showed where a snail had eaten a plant because it had nothing else to eat. And then like just minutes ago or an hour ago, in the bedroom, and I've got a 55-gallon fish tank in there, and there's a piece of crypt where, just the inside of it, of this perfectly good leaf, is all chewed away, and I'm sure it was the snails in there. I threw a couple of Pleco wafers in there because there's some good size albino bristlenose Plecos in there. And so, between all the snails and those, like, I don't know, there's 4 or 5 different, I think there's 4. I think there's 1 male and 3 female of the Plecos in there that, sometimes the algae can become scarce. Jeffrey Watts. Oh, yeah, I just read that. Yeah, that's cool, the hygrophila. I'd like to get into more of those. This plant right here is willow hygro. And awesome plant. I love it. It's pretty much reached the surface, so it's time to trim that and make more. And so, it's a stem plant. Just trim above, what I do at least, just trim above some of the, like maybe bottom 2 leaves or something like that, so that the stem can still get light there. And then take that top and plant it again. And you've propagated a plant and made more. And this is a really cool plant. I love it. It sways in the current, and it's a nice tall plant. So, if one of these angels are picking on the other one, then they can kind of skirt around that to get away, and they've got these beautiful trailing fins on them. So it's nice to have them in good shape, and of course, just healthy for the fish. Oh, Chalupa No Tomatoes is here. Nice. Welcome, Chalupa. I keep thinking you should reconsider this tomato thing. I think maybe you're getting the wrong tomatoes. There can be a drastic difference between tomatoes, people. You can have this hothouse tomato that's sat around the grocery store for too long, or just a nice fresh garden tomato. Huge difference, so I don't know. It all depends what you're putting on your chalupa, I guess. My pronunciation of hygrophila is correct. Nice. Yeah, but the other has gotten popular. And yeah, there's so many of these plants, and I don't know, I try to remember these scientific names so I can, learn about them and remember what I have. I started putting labels on that fish farm tank and whatnot. Hydrophic means water loving. Yeah, they do love water. Yeah, I think we're all kind of hydrophic here. Yeah. Stephen P. 2003. Yes, he also made a point that fish will sample anything that looks soft and tender and delicious. So really, not many plants are 100% safe from being messed with. Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing with my clown loaches, is just really their curious nature and desire to eat whatever they can fit in their mouth. I could feed them 50 times a day and they'd be happy, but I'd have to do way too many water changes. See, S has got a point here. Taco Bell tomatoes are trash, but tomatoes in general are decent. Yeah. So it depends on the tomato you get. I don't like sour cream, so I never get the Supreme stuff at Taco Bell. And so yeah, I think that comes with the tomatoes then too. But yeah, I don't know. Try to stay away from that stuff. Had Wendy's for dinner tonight, though. Neither of us felt like cooking, and we couldn't really agree on what we were going to have tonight. So went the Wendy's route, which is kind of rare for us. So no big deal. And it was actually pretty good actually. Yeah, I know you are, Stephen. You certainly are. I had Taco Bell this week after a long hiatus. Yeah, so you don't want to be eating that stuff all the time, Boy, I've been on here for 50 minutes, I think, and I made kind of a little list. I think I've nailed most of the stuff here, but let me peruse this and see if there's anything I didn't talk about. Yeah, I think that's most of it. So yeah, I guess just there's so many awesome people in here. I think that probably have to do this again. So I think we're going to plan on doing this for the foreseeable future. Every week here at Natural Aquariums at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. 13 people in here, 18 likes right now. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That means a lot to me and probably to Trenton. Like I said, he wanted to be on here, so I'll have to get him on here soon. You guys can chat with him as long as you behave yourself. But we'll have to do that too. Yeah, let's not discuss my diet any further. Yeah, this is, I kind of want this to be fish focused, fish related, plant related, planted tank related. But there's all these tangents, and yeah, we're bound to end up there. Dragon Lair says, sounds like my odessabarbs like piranhas, sounds like odessabarbs are like piranhas. They come up above the water surface for food multiple times a day. Yeah. Dragon Lair, do you have Odessa barbs? I know, yeah, they were on Dan's fish there. Really cool little barb fish and, or, you know, kind of medium to large size barb fish, but some amazing colors on those. And I've never kept them, but I'd sure like to. Yeah, I definitely put my hashtag barb in there and tried, but no luck today. Yeah, once again, if you get an opportunity when you're done here, or, you know, in some other time, check out Greg Sage's website, because that's really cool. Just the different species he has on there and just the in-depth information that he has. Jeffrey Watts hasn't had Taco Bell in over 20 years. That, you should be proud. That is quite the accomplishment, man. Sometimes Taco Bell, just, you get that craving for it, and I think you've overcome it. Jeffrey Watts, you have a strong will, my friend. I'm very impressed. Dragon Lair also, yeah, probably best to just stay away. But yeah, I do the Taco Bell from time to time. But yeah, can't say I'm exceptionally happy about it afterwards. Patties, petite tanks. You're missing out on Fiesta potatoes. I don't know if I've had Fiesta potatoes. I don't know. Not big on the potatoes. I like potatoes, but you know, a nice baked potato or something, maybe. You know, the Fiesta potatoes. That, I don't know. That doesn't sound that great to me. I guess you probably dip them in that little queso stuff they have or something. No sour cream. There we go. Yeah. I might change my username. You know, Natural Aquariums is tough to find. I was thinking about adding something on there, you know, like Natural Aquariums plants and fish, still just really broad in general. I don't know. It's kind of like an exclusive club here. It's not a big deal to me. We'll see what we do. Steven says, we have so many decent, cheap Tex-Mex places that will deliver here that there's really no reason for Taco Bell. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, if you can get kind of the authentic Tex-Mex places and stuff, yeah, that sounds way better than Taco Bell. Well, I think we're kind of wrapping things up here, you know. Appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out with me, and yeah, we'll try to do this every week, and yeah. I think some tomatoes would fit well at the end. Oh, yes, some tomatoes. Yeah, that's me. I'm a some tomatoes kind of guy. Indeed. Yeah. Natural Aquariums, some tomatoes. I don't know. We'll have to kick it around. 503 Aquatics, thank you very much. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut it off here. And I got some nieces coming by tonight. They're going to spend a night or two here. So I'm really excited about that. Going to go spend some time with the family instead of the fish fam. Got to balance those out if I can. But thank you so much for being here, being a part of my first stream. And yeah, hope to see you next time or in the future. And then now, you know, I've never done this before. I got to hit end stream, it looks like. So we'll do that later.